Have you ever noticed that most people think the legendary philosophy of rich dad, poor dad is only meant for ambitious young executives striving to build their first fortunes? They read the books, study the charts, and assume it has nothing to do with life after 65. But today, I am here to tell you that they are completely wrong. In fact, it is during your retirement years that the golden rules of the rich dad philosophy become your ultimate weapon. It is the dividing line between a retirement of scarcity and one of absolute freedom, security, and dignity. I am Arthur. Welcome back to the Mindful Retiree. If you are new to our warm community, please take a quick moment to subscribe. Together, we explore beautiful, sophisticated, and practical ways to protect your health, your wealth, and your independence in your golden years. Many seniors enter retirement with a traditional poor dad mindset. They believe that true security means hoarding cash in a standard bank account and cutting back on every small joy to make it last. Today, we are going to look at retirement through the eyes of the rich dad. I will share 5 profound lessons that will protect your wealth from being quietly destroyed, complete with the exact mistakes to avoid and the real-world examples to guide you. Let us begin our journey to financial peace. Thing number 1. Redefining assets versus liabilities in later life. The first rich dad lesson for retirement is understanding what truly puts money in your pocket today. In the original book, a brilliant concept is introduced. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, while a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. The tragic mistake many retirees make is viewing their primary residence as their greatest financial asset. They look at their large, expensive 4-bedroom family home and think, "This house makes me wealthy." But if that house is empty, requires thousands of dollars in property taxes every year, and demands constant, costly roof repairs and landscape maintenance, it is not an asset. It is a heavy liability that is quietly draining your monthly liquidity. Let me share the example of my neighbor, Thomas. Thomas retired with a decent nest egg, but he insisted on staying in his massive, multi-story suburban home just to maintain an illusion of status. Within 5 years, the rising insurance costs, heating bills, and property taxes began eating away his cash reserves. He was house-rich but cash-poor, living under immense stress. The rich dad lesson here is to downsize your lifestyle gracefully. Secure retirees move into beautiful, highly efficient modern luxury apartments or sun-drenched townhouses. They free up their trapped home equity and reinvest it into income-producing vehicles, such as high-dividend blue-chip portfolios or reliable real estate trusts. Your home should serve your comfort, not drain your security. Thing number 2. The dangerous illusion of hoarding cash. Our second lesson focuses on the silent thief of retirement, inflation. The conventional poor dad advice tells you that cash is king and keeping all your money in a low-interest checking account is the safest move you can make. The fatal error here is confusing nominal safety with purchasing power. When you leave a massive portion of your wealth sitting in cash, you are guaranteed to lose money every single year. Inflation silently erodes the value of your dollar, making your groceries, healthcare, and energy costs more expensive over a 10-year period. Hoarding cash feels safe today, but it ensures financial vulnerability tomorrow. Consider the example of a wonderful senior named Charles. He retired at 65 and put his entire life savings into standard bank certificates of deposit because he feared the stock market. 10 years later, his bank balance looked exactly the same, but the cost of his private health insurance and daily Whole Foods had nearly doubled. Charles was forced to drastically cut his quality of life because his money refused to grow. The rich dad lesson is simple. Money must always work for you, especially when you are no longer working. Secure seniors keep an appropriate cash reserve for immediate emergencies, but they deploy the rest into high-quality, inflation-protected assets. Look for reliable, stress-free cash flow that rises alongside cost of living increases. Thing number 3, separating your wealth from your adult children's financial debts. Lesson number 3 addresses a deep emotional boundary, protecting your nest egg from lifestyle inflation within your own family. The common mistake well-meaning parents make is turning their retirement fund into a permanent, interest-free bank for their adult children. Out of pure love, they step in to pay off a child's credit card debt, finance an extravagant wedding, or help them buy a luxury car they cannot afford. They believe they are helping, but they are actually enabling poor financial habits while devastating their own long-term safety. Take the tragic example of George and Linda. In their early 70s, their son decided to open a risky restaurant venture and begged them for financial backing. Against their better judgment, they co-signed a massive loan and dipped heavily into their retirement portfolio. Within 2 years, the business failed. George and Linda lost a significant portion of their wealth and were forced to live under a tight, stressful budget in their late 70s, losing the freedom they worked 40 years to achieve. The Rich Dad lesson is clear. Your primary financial obligation in retirement is to ensure you never become a financial burden to your children. True love means setting gentle, firm boundaries. Do not sacrifice your independent sanctuary to fund a lifestyle inflation or high-risk gamble for someone else. When you protect your wealth, you protect the dignity of the entire family. Thing number 4, controlling liabilities hidden as luxury status symbols. Our 4th lesson looks closely at vanity and the temptation to buy objects to prove your wealth to the outside world. The classic mistake seniors make is indulging in major luxury purchases right after retirement as a reward for their years of hard work. They buy brand new luxury sports cars, expensive recreational vehicles, or membership tiers at elite country clubs they rarely visit. They assume that since they have arrived at retirement, they should look the part of a successful executive. Let us look at the example of Richard. The month he retired, he went to a dealership and purchased a brand new top-tier luxury SUV, paying cash. He loved the smell of the leather and the compliments from his neighbors. But within 3 years, the vehicle lost nearly 40% of its value, and the specialized maintenance costs were outrageous. That capital could have been generating thousands of dollars in passive monthly income. Instead, it sat in his driveway, losing value every minute. The Rich Dad lesson teaches us that real wealth is invisible. True luxury is defined by the freedom of your schedule, the clarity of your mind, and the absence of financial stress. Secure retirees buy for ultimate comfort, impeccable safety, and reliable utility, not for vanity. They prefer certified pre-owned vehicles and minimalist luxury spaces that do not require constant financial attention. Thing number 5, investing in your greatest wealth-producing asset, your health and mind. The final Rich Dad lesson for retirement is recognizing where your true cash flow originates. In your later years, your highest return on investment will never come from a stock or a piece of real estate. It comes from your own physical and mental vitality. The critical error many seniors commit is viewing health and wellness as an expense to be minimized rather than a premium investment. They buy cheap, processed foods to save a few dollars at the grocery store, they skip regular wellness checks, and they completely stop learning new skills, allowing their minds to sit in front of the television for hours on end. They spend thousands on material objects, but treat their body like an afterthought. Look at the example of Edward. He was incredibly wealthy on paper, but he refused to spend money on organic foods, a premium home water filtration system, or gentle mobility coaching. He viewed those things as unnecessary luxuries. By age 72, his severe joint pain and chronic fatigue kept him trapped inside his house. His millions could not buy back the mobility he had neglected. The Rich Dad lesson is to allocate your resources generously toward your vitality. Spend money on pristine, mineral-rich whole foods, high-quality hydration, books that challenge your intellect, and a peaceful, sunlit environment that restores your spirit. A vibrant body and a sharp, confident mind allow you to enjoy your wealth, protect your independence, and walk through the world with absolute grace. Protecting your retirement wealth is never about living in fear or penny pinching. It is about a sophisticated understanding of cash flow, boundaries, and self-respect. So, I have a gentle question for our afternoon chat today. Which of these 5 Rich Dad lessons resonated most deeply with your own retirement journey? Have you ever had to set a difficult financial boundary with your family? Please share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. I still diman I dawo takes. Take great joy in reading each one of your messages. If our time together brought peace and clarity to your day, please hit that like button and subscribe to the Mindful Retiree. Let us continue to walk this path of freedom, wisdom, and elegant independence together. Thank you for your beautiful time. Keep your portfolio simple, protect your internal peace, and always carry yourself with dignity. I am Arthur,